I'm just getting over losing my voice the other couple of days back as well. So
What was that? A cold or?
I don't know. I've had it. It's usually my kids bring it back from school, pass it around the family, and yeah, we all get it.
Yeah, I know what it's like to be exposed to the
Oh
public.
dear. So if I sound like Barry White today.
Hello and welcome to Skylines Talk, the new chat show for Cities Skylines, where we'll go behind the Sims and meet some of the brightest, most creative minds in the Cities Skylines community. Find out what makes them tick and maybe even learn a tip or two. Who am I? I'm Bon B, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Welcome to the show. It's really good to have you here.
Thank you very much for having me. Lovely to be here.
Right, so do I call you Biffa, or is there something you'd be far more comfortable with?
There's a few titles I like to be called by, but probably Biffa's the most friendliest, so we'll go with that one.
Only the one we can broadcast.
Yeah.
So how come you ended up with the name Biffa?
Oh yeah, I get asked that quite a lot actually. I mean, the 2001 at the end is totally random. I'm not like 17 years old, which a lot of people sort of think, or 16 years old. It was just like a nickname sort of thing that one of my wife's friends had for somebody else. And when I was first setting up my channel, I was like, what can I call myself? I had no aspirations of making videos or anything. It was like, oh yeah, they use that funny name Biffa, stick it in. Biffa's taken, 001, 002, 2001. There we go. And it was done. And that was it. And then I've sort of amended the name a little bit. If you notice on my channel now, I've added a few words on the end just to stand out a bit.
Yeah.
But...
Which Biffa am I looking at here? Not that it stands out. It's not almost like a comic book character. In fact, I think it was, wasn't it? Like a Beano or Dandy or something.
Biffa. Yes, it was. I should know because my kids read Beano and Dandy all the time. Biff, yeah, I'm trying to think. Biffa, Bully, Beef and Chips there was. So whether it's that,
yes,
yeah.
Wizard and Chips. Oh, going completely.
Oh yes,
completely off the.
Some of the people are listening, going, Beano, Dandy, what's that?
Right. So tell me a little bit about your personal background, where you're from, and what other things you get up to when you're away from the game.
Well, I'm quite well known for having a family, and I make sure I spend plenty of time with my family. So when I'm not working, which I work full time as a YouTuber, so when I'm not working, it's family stuff. So weekends, I 90% of the time don't work. Sometimes what it's like, a little bit of add a title in or something like that on a video and press release. But apart from that, it's family time, football with the boys, helping my wife build an IKEA wardrobe. Normal family stuff.
So, IKEA or IKEA?
IKEA, obviously.
Of course it's IKEA. Anyway, so how come strategy, survival and indie games rather than Call of Duty or FIFA?
Well, I used to be a big Minecraft channel just because that's what I played when I started my channel. So I thought, well, I'll just make videos of this and I play it. And then obviously time went by and it could have gone two ways. I mean, I don't play Call of Duty and those sort of games anyway. FIFA I play a bit, but I'm not that good, So a channel on that, you got to be amazing, I think, to build a channel on that. But it could have gone cities builders, or it could have gone more heavy strategy games, because Civilization, I mean, before being married up till 3 a.m. playing One More Turn.
Been there.
That's, yeah. But again, the choice was, you've got to be absolutely amazing on Civilization and strategy games like that, the hardcore stuff, for people to really be forgiving, any little mistakes. And I'm not perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. So how do you choose what games you play through anyway?
Usually if I enjoy them. I mean, I get sent game codes, it can be like 20, 30 a day sometimes, not every day, but sometimes they just pour in, and it's if it's got the word zombie or platform or shooting or anything like that in the title, that's immediately out. I'm just not interested. If it's some sort of base building, city building type thing, I'm going to check it out. You've seen the ones of school building games or base building games, those sort of things. And then I just sort of play it and see if it's good and fun. And then, yeah, if it's worth a few videos, I'll play it. If people love it, I'll carry on.
Yeah.
Quite often, though, a lot of these new games don't have a huge depth of content. So,
No.
you know, they don't last very long.
Yeah. So is that how you see your channel to continue evolving in the future?
Yes. I mean, I keep a nice Google list of all the upcoming games. And as far as I can see, well into 2018 and beyond, there's some exciting city builder type games coming up that I'm really looking forward to. I bet Cities Skylines always going to be there. I mean, they're releasing such great DLCs for it, so that's not going to end anytime soon, and I love it, you know.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Well, before we get on to City Skylines, the beast in the background, how do you like your tea? Is it a teapot, bag in a cup, and do you have a favourite brand?
it's milk first, waft the bag in the air. No, I'm joking, of course not. It's Yorkshire tea, sugar and hot water with the tea bag first, and then a dash of milk afterwards. Every time.
Do you know what? They always say milk first for tea, and
No,
I disagree.
no.
I'm with you.
I'm terminating this interview. Where's my agent?
No, I'm with you. With coffee, it's milk first, and with tea, it's milk last for me. But
Oh, my mum puts milk first with tea, and I've had to stop her making my tea. She just can't put the milk in last. No, mum, it's not tea. It's like watery. Oh.
yeah, this is it. Tea is made with boiling water, and if you've got milk in the cup, it's not boiling water.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway,
There we go, people listening. Take note.
yes, this is the English talking about English things. Next topic, cricket.
Cricket. I don't like cricket, actually.
Well, we got you're a wise man. We've got the Ashes, and what's it? 5 days of play with no results is bound to happen at least once. So.
Yeah, that means nothing to me. I've no clue at all.
Well, yeah, it's ludicrous. It's like playing a 5 day
bad,
game
is
of
it?
football and it being 0-0 and no penalties. But anyway, yeah. What introduced you? Sorry.
I was going to say talking of tea. Quick sip of tea.
Yeah, you do that.
Well, go on, carry on.
Right. Okay. Muted out the slurp. That's all good. Right.
I know people like that. They listen for that in the episodes. The quick sip of tea. Yeah.
Love it.
Every episode, got to have a quick sip of tea.
So, what introduced you to City Skylines then?
Yeah, I was trying to think about that. I mean, it wasn't that many years ago, but I think I just read it on a forum or something like that. I mean, I was playing Sim City. I've always played Sim City. And then when this one was coming out, and it was like, this is going to be the one that's going to, you know, defeat Sim City. Nobody was sure. And you're reading all sort of, I'm sure there was dev diaries or, you know, little bit snippets they were putting out, and it just looked great. And then, of course, when it came out, everyone was like, oh my goodness, Sim City's dead. That's it. You know, this is amazing.
What specifically was it for you that killed Sim City?
It was the freedom that you get to do what you like.
Yeah.
I mean, at the beginning, we probably had no idea how big the modding side of stuff would go. The assets, the mods, the maps, you know, all that stuff on the workshop.
Yeah.
I was thinking earlier, you know, you're making a city, you think of something you want to do. I could just do a place in one of those, look it up and it's there. Or there'll be 5 versions of what you thought of. So that creative freedom, I mean, you know what it's like. Some people take that to like I would say they take it to an art form with cities that are absolutely look amazing. I still err on the fun side and just sort of make it up as I go along. But I like the creativity. If I want to build an amazing looking central park in my city, I can, and I've got the tools to do it, which is great.
Right, so you've done a good number of playthroughs, challenges and tutorials. Which were your personal favourites, and were there any others that stood out for any reason?
I really enjoy it. I went through a phase of scenarios. I haven't touched the Green Cities DLC scenarios yet, but when they added those in, was it with mass transit they added scenarios, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I think it was. Or was it natural disasters? Anyway,
Somewhere.
When they added scenarios, that was like, I'm loving this, because as creative as I, you know, enjoy being from time to time, I really enjoy a challenge. And with Cities Skylines, I wouldn't say there's always a big challenge there unless you're doing a scenario and it's made that way. Mass transit, though, I mean, when that DLC came out, I mean, that was just, this is amazing. It's added so many game-changing things. That's the highlights, definitely.
So if you could add or change any one thing to the game as it is now, what would it be?
Oh, grief. What could I add or change? Do you know what I would like? if they could do something where you could do a complete overhaul of the map. I'll give you an example. I played a scenario called Surviving Mars.
Oh yes, yeah.
And you had to use, I mean, the map, they made it look really Mars-like, the colour of the map. It was just like a void hole in the ground.
Yeah.
But as for the buildings and things, they still looked like the buildings and things. If there was some way, like you do on Minecraft with the resource pack, where they say, here's my Surviving Mars scenario, load in this resource pack. It will change all the buildings. They'll look different. They'll act different, you know. The facts and figures will change and all of that, and you get like the complete experience, maybe some sounds and music and all of that if people are clever enough. And it just does the whole thing, but it doesn't mess up other stuff. So then later on I can load up my Green Cities, you know, save, and it will carry on with the stuff for that would be good.
I'm sure there's like 30 or 40 people out there screaming at their computers at the moment going, the XXX mod, if you use that, you and me, we need to learn. We can talk all we like, but we need to learn.
One other thing though, I mean, this is from like a user point of view. Whenever a new DLC comes out, it breaks everything quite often, and it's been sometimes as long as like a week or more where, you know, your carefully crafted list of mods and assets, 2 or 3 break and you can't find them. And it can really get you go. So if there was some way of that not happening every time, please, that would be great.
I'm sure there must be a way, but it's kind of like trying to fix the world economy, isn't it? You know, if
I know how to fix it afterwards, but if it didn't happen in the first place.
If we're all using the same universal currency, there'd be no problems. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. Never mind.
Darn it.
So anyway, Biff, before we sign off, is there anyone in particular you'd like to see interviewed on the show in the next series?
That is an excellent question. Well, I've given it some deep thought, and yes, there is.
Yeah, tell me.
I really enjoy watching Strict Toaster and Flux Trance. We spoke before about the sort of artistic side of the game, not being the most. I mean, you know, I've got my flair here and there, but I mean, those guys take it to another level, don't they? So if you could interview them, extract their secrets, and then drop me a message. That'd be fantastic.
I'll see what I can do. The magic of trying to pin down certain YouTubers and modders, such as little icon on the screen now. I'm not going to. Don't need to say it's unspoken, but he will not be trapped. But one day, one day I will, and when I do, we'll have a proper natter. We will. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. Hope you have many years of successful broadcasting and enjoyable city building.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.